His voice does not match his amazing physique. It's one of the least intimidating voices in all of wrestling. Had someone with a rougher voice
like Tarzan,
opening line,
wrestles like Jane. Hey Squad, it's your Squid, aka the Anxious Squid here at Anxious Squid Productions. This is a guaranteed reaction for one of my patrons, Rob. So let's just get straight into it. The video is in 2 parts, so I'm going to do the second part next month, because it's 2 separate videos anyway. So yeah, we'll see how we go for that, but he'll remind me. You'll remind me, right, Rob? Anyway, this is part 1. Let's do it. As always, if you want to check out this content creator, you should do so. Links right at the bottom of the description after all the stuff that makes me money. But yeah, go give him a like, go give him a sub. I'm reacting to his content. If you want to go watch that content without my reaction and all that jazz, link is at the bottom of the description. Go click it.
Almost nothing grabs your attention quite like a good promo. It's the hard sell for fans to buy tickets for the next show or order the pay-per-view. It's the first and last
It's not synced up, the audio, but that's his problem, not mine. But hopefully it'll fix itself.
These ones are not good.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's a fact of life that even the all-time masters of the
Let me try and pause it and see if it'll
days. No one
fix itself up there, but I don't know.
Part of your job is to cut promos of some kind on a near daily basis. But in between the good promos and the bad ones, there lies that nougaty middle where things are so bad you can't help but laugh at and enjoy them.
Yeah,
These
fair enough.
Promos are consistently terrible in some form or fashion. It's not just
I got half the. That was the Sid one, like the.
Awesome.
I got half the brain that you do, or something like that. Like,
there are almost always more elements at play, and over time, these classics become part of wrestling mythology. And for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to rank up my top 16 favorite awesomely bad wrestling promos of all time. Let's do the first 8 right now.
It's really annoying that that's not synced up, but oh well.
That number? Oh, Miz, what a long, strange journey it's been for you. Though you're one of the most detestable characters in WWE's recent history,
Good heel.
Most fans still have a deep respect for you. And hey, after where you started, you deserve every bit of that respect. Can you bash this? Oh yeah, that was bad, but I'm talking about a little later on. July 10th, 2006, Monday Night Raw. By this point, The Miz had spent a couple of years in developmental after coming in 2nd place during the $1 Million Tough Enough, and had finally returned to the main roster as the host of the Raw Diva Search. Now, these days, we associate The Miz with his impeccable promo skills, his delivery.
Forget the phone number you had to text, I think it was.
12 years ago, there was almost none of that.
That the sexiest women in the world are the sexiest women on television.
Okay, a bit of a stumble around there, but just keep going, Mike. We're still with you.
You have to vote. Go to WWE.
No.
86946.
Oof. You can hear the crowd turning on him as he got deeper into the verbal quicksand. When he finally had to look at the note on his wrist for the number, that was it. Fortunately for Mr. Mizzles, he was able to recover from that botch and keep hosting the Diva Search to its completion. He has since gone on to become only one of the most decorated wrestlers in the company. It's really a testament to his character and discipline.
Yeah, he's done well. He's done well. Don't get me wrong. Like Mike, like I mean, The Miz, Mike Mizanin, like he's a big deal these days. But
he did the best. He proved all the haters wrong. Number 15, Bobby Lashley.
It's really annoying me that's not synced, but it is what it is. I'll stop mentioning it.
WWE after WrestleMania 34.
I never understood the Bobby Lashley love, especially these days. I remember him back when he wasn't all that great.
But in the weeks that followed, something didn't feel right about it. I mean, here's a guy who was given a big initial push when he first started out, left the company, did better for himself, and then came back. But he wasn't treated like anybody special. I mean, for the first several weeks, he was given no promo time. Wouldn't it be nice if he was given some time to talk and actually explain himself?
Kathy,
I guess.
Jessica, Francis, I love you.
Yeah, never mind, but still better than this.
That was a bit weird.
Bastard. Wow.
On a September 2006 edition of SmackDown, Finlay was cutting a promo in the ring. Hornswoggle was also with him, covered in a sheet, making this the first of many times Horny would become the disappointing answer to an intriguing question. Anyway, Lashley cut off the Irishman with a very bland babyface promo after opening with, at the time, one of the lamest zingers in wrestling history.
You say your name is Finlay and you love to fight. I say your name is Finlay and you're a bastard.
That's
I've always
that's
found
lame.
Bobby Lashley's promos a little hard to grade accurately. He's articulate and can be intense when he wants to be, but the sad truth is his voice does not match his amazing physique. It's one of the least intimidating voices in all of wrestling. Had someone with a rougher voice
like Tarzan,
opening line,
wrestles like
might have
Jane.
made a difference. But the combination of bad dialogue delivered by an underwhelming voice makes this an immortal promo for all the wrong reasons, and probably one of the reasons they still don't let him talk all that much, even now.
You say you're Irish?
It's gonna be a big Goldberg type figure, you know, like just be big, beefy, not talking all that much.
Number 14. Roman Reigns, suffering succotash.
Oh, he didn't actually say that, did he?
I enjoy piling on Roman Reigns. It's a very
He didn't actually say that, did he?
There will always be haters. I can never truly hate the guy because I've always believed the responsibility for his shortcomings lay right at the feet of those in charge of the show, not the man himself. And quite frankly, I hope the person
I think he's crap as well. I'm not a fan.
has been fired for it. In January of 2015, the big dog
wasn't anyway. I don't watch him these days. Apparently he's on a good run. I don't know.
Major confrontations the two had since Rollins turned on the Shield and won the Money in the Bank briefcase the previous year. Now, when the Shield were first together, Roman was always portrayed as the strong, silent type. He rarely spoke, and when he did,
because he can't cut a promo for shit.
So
that's
given
why.
The history between these two, you'd hope that whatever Roman says here would be especially profound.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm not sorry.
Well, yeah, clearly you did
that was
mean
not
to
great,
interrupt it.
but
They
yeah.
played your music, and it took you a dog's age to come to the crowd. The unnatural, unconvincing delivery of that opening statement was bad enough, but then we get hit right in the face with a Superman punch of bad alliteration.
Actually, you're full of something else. You are a sniveling little suck-up sellout full of suffering succotash, son!
First off, that insult is diabolically bad. It's not the kind of sentence someone will come up with off
No
the
one can
cuff.
like him.
That's the kind
Like,
of line
I don't
someone
understand
can
why
just
you
write
would like
somebody
him.
else. It was
Like, that's
by
like-
multiple people, probably over the course of several days.
Wow, that's
Furthermore,
just
all these
bad.
crossovers with Warner Brothers, and not one of them with Sylvester the Cat?
Yeah, I know, that was not easy to say.
Wait, who are you winking at? Who's that a subtle message for? We've begged for wrestlers to acknowledge the camera for years, and this is what we get?
My so-called brother here, he's got donkey dung for brains.
This is
Now, I
like
understand why he said that line.
that
After all,
promo
he's
can be
related
what
to
like
The Rock, who
I
was
literally
the
almost don't want to watch the rest of the video just because of how cringe that is. I don't want to watch wrestling because of how cringe that is. You know what I mean? Like that epitomizes WWE for me. It's that sort of shit where you go, "Oh, guys, like don't. Like can we just like where are the chairs? Where are the tables? Where's the blood? Where's the fucking beer truck? Like what how did we get to this? How did we get to this?" Like, that's... Oh, man.
Idiotic, childish insult in his prime. The Rock was able to get away with it, so why not Reigns? Well,
That's
as much as I
different.
hate to say it,
The Rock
at least
has
The Rock
charisma.
spoke with conviction.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Oh, really? That was the underlying message of suffering succotash son and donkey dung? That you were going to beat him up? Well, forgive me for failing to read between the lines. The one silver lining of this god-awful dialogue is watching Roman cut promos then and watching him cut promos now is like night and day. He'll still say the occasional dumb thing, but at least he looks comfortable when holding a microphone now. Compared to this moment in 2015, Reigns is vastly improved in the talking category.
Yeah,
From the
it's
Shield
not
debut,
far,
it
like,
always seemed that Reigns was the one who was
improving
going for
from
the
a
main
minus
event.
20
And
to a
make no
minus
mistake,
10 is
WWE
still not good.
absolutely accomplished their goal. They have positioned Roman Reigns to be their top guy, but it's always been met with resistance from fans, largely in part to poorly scripted, lame.
Don't tell me what to like. I'll like what I like.
In other words, the operation
Listen to
was a
me.
success,
Like,
but
I'm the
patient
fucking
died.
fan.
Number 13, the Shockmaster's debut.
I was going to mention this. He
I've talked
fucking
about the
falls
Shockmaster
over or
before
something,
here.
right? At the start of the thing, I was going to mention it.
Start just by failing the eyeball test. Poor Fred Ottman has been linked with one of the all-time biggest botches. And if falling through the wall wasn't bad enough, then he had to talk. Well, it's not exactly true. He had to mime some hand movements while someone off stage did the talking for him.
So you're the man that rules the world. They call me the Shockmaster. If you want a piece of me, come and get me. Come after me, Sid.
Though the former tugboat was the one under the glittery stormtrooper helmet, it was actually OG Horseman Ole Anderson who provided the voice off stage, like a really lame version of the great and powerful Oz. I'm guessing Shocky was up standing there silently for so long because Ole was still trying to compose himself. Using using his best spooky black scorpion voice, only rambled on while Stid did his best to keep the segment going by screaming at the Shockmaster. This is some high-level comedy.
Until then.
I honestly can't believe how this idea...
It's ridiculous. That's almost as cringeworthy as the Roman one.
It should have worked! I know!
Number 12. Michael McGillicuddy, the genesis of McGillicuddy. When you think about it, the original NXT was a great evolution for the business. With a show like that, with guys getting publicly humiliated week in and week out, who needed locker room hazing? Late August 2010 saw the finale of the second season of NXT. The final two men were Kaval, better known as Low Key or Senshi, and Michael McGillicuddy, the son of Mr. Perfect, grandson of Larry Hennig, and one half of the most dynamic tag team in WWE today.
Why was his name McGillicuddy if he was a third-generation fucking superstar?
Fuck all in the company afterward. Anyway, Axel was upset by this news, or at least I think he was, since his voice barely changed inflection once he got on the mic. His dialogue sounded like it was ripped straight out of the promo minigame in 2K18's career mode.
I am the future of this company.
But this bland, uninspired chatter isn't why you're here, is it?
And starting this moment, from now, from this moment on, this is the moment. This is the time.
It's a good song. Anthony Warlow singing it is a good does a good job as well. It's a good song.
Mike, finish strong.
This will be the moment, starting now, of the Genesis.
What? This will be the moment starting now of the Genesis. What?
In defeat, the future Curtis Axel made himself look even worse with one of the most cringeworthy final statements in history. Tommy Wiseau couldn't have typed out something that bad. I'm starting to think there may be something to having promos written out verbatim for the wrestlers to memorize.
Yeah,
well, I will admit, I would gladly pay money for a t-shirt with that saying on it. Number 11. Hulk Hogan, the right gay guy. For many fans, Hulk Hogan's return to the WWF in 2002 was a feel-good moment, a legend receiving his victory lap in the company that helped make him a megastar. Part of his big nostalgic comeback tour included what turned out to be a pretty entertaining match with Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 19. However, the build came from humble beginnings. After Sylvain Grenier, a Vince-appointed referee, caused Hogan his match with The Rock at No Way Out 2003, the Hulkster had a confrontation with the CEO. In it, the two debated over who made whom. Vince claimed that Hogan was lucky to be chosen to lead the company and took full responsibility for creating Hulkamania, but Hogan disagreed. His focus and energy started off hot, but as he went on, things got a bit rocky.
If you actually think I was just the right guy, at the right place, at the right time, let me say it one more time.
I'm letting you know this is where the edit's gonna be, brother.
If you actually think that I was just the right gay guy...
Well, you know,
the right gay guy, that's funny.
I never would have guessed it with Hogan. And then it gets worse.
I had a match with you right now we just settled this because I had a match with The Rock a couple of weeks ago.
You know, I'll bet at that moment he was wishing he was cutting one of those old school promos with Mean Gene. You know, backstage, away from the audience, and with a safety net of
you could
editing.
record it multiple
times. It was a stumbling block in the build, but ultimately harmless. The angle between the two, culminating at WrestleMania, was a big hit. It's a good thing, too, because this angle definitely started off on the wrong foot. Number 10.
On the wrong fat foot,
Kalisto,
that's funny.
Good lucha thing. For as long as I can remember, WWE's always been trying to push Latino superstar on SmackDown in order to help boost viewership in that demographic.
Yeah.
From Eddie Guerrero to Rey Mysterio to Sin Cara to Alberto Del Rio, capturing the Latin American market appears to be very important to the company. It's hard to believe it in 2018, but there was a time when Kalisto seemed to be the next one in line to get that big push. He feuded with Del Rio and became a two-time U.S. champion as a result. His second reign went nearly 4 months, so it seemed as though they were really trying to build something with the guy.
Yeah, good on him.
But no matter who you strap a rocket to, they're eventually going to have to talk. This wasn't his first time in front of a microphone, but the moments after the 2016 draft has definitely become his most infamous.
Hey, I'm here, like I said before, I'm here to shock the world.
Our partner is going to shock the world! Poor bastard's already doomed.
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about Baron Corbin being on SmackDown. I get to have my revenge. Is that scary?
I know that last part was him saying, you know what, in Spanish, but considering how close it was to him flubbing Baron Corbin's name at first, I thought it was just more of the same.
Like I said, I'm here to stay and make make a good lucha thing.
Make a good lucha thing. What?
Kalisto's never been great at talking anyway, so I didn't expect anything amazing here, but the guy could barely get his words out. He was so jacked up on nerves, he got blown up the longer he spoke. But the cherry on top came when Kalisto's skeleton seemed to want to escape his body as he jumped out of frame and yelled out a "God-damn-it, woo!" The master of the Salida del Sol never got to become SmackDown's next big star, big surprise, but he would eventually move over to the Cruiserweight division, where he really should have been all along, and beat Enzo Amore to win the purple title late last year.
Good on him.
It took a while, but he finally did a good lucha thing.
I didn't realize they had the Cruiserweight title back in WWE. That's how much I don't care about it, you know what I mean? Like, that's
hallmarks of the competition era.
The purple strap, that's kind of interesting.
Talk challenge, different from the kind of promo you saw our old pal McGillicuddy do earlier. Each wrestler would take turns cutting a 30-second promo, completely improvised, after getting a single word as a subject and only 10 seconds of prep time. Much like everything else in this show, the promo challenge was a test of a wrestler's ability to think and adapt on the fly. It was basically a huge training ground for guys to try and occasionally fail in front of the largest crowds they've probably been in front of at that point. Of all the tasks, the Talk the Talk challenge was often the most unforgiving.
A lot of flowers grow in South Africa. I'm not really a big fan of flowers, but
in the second season, Eli Cottonwood, an Ent in human form, pretty much ruined the fun of the promo challenge for any future iterations after delivering a speech that cannot be topped.
Your topic is mustache.
What is a mustache?
I like how he opened the promo by reiterating the subject matter, like it's the topic of a debate piece. I want to see someone open a promo by saying, "What is wrestling?"
It's a little bit of hair growing over the upper lip. I don't have one.
Really?
Yeah, you do.
What do you call that then? I mean, it's not a mustache, but it's enough hair for me to say that's not a mustache.
Yeah.
Nobody else here has one?
You are literally standing in front of two guys who have them.
Yeah,
Side note, it's kind of crazy that both those guys are still employed.
See, of all these people here, I have the best mustache of them all.
I'm not sure if that's true. And you just said you didn't have one.
But you didn't... Am I getting swerved?
Yeah, this is weird.
More days, I'll have a nice...
This is full of cringe, isn't it, this video?
But none of these boys right here.
And that was a passage from the new children's book, Don't Drink Daddy's Whiskey, by Eli Cottonwood. I feel bad for the guy. You could see the fear in his eyes. He tried to come up with something, anything to say. What else is the poor bastard going to do? He was saddled with a promo about mustaches.
Yeah, that was dumb.
No one's going to make any of these topics work. Husky Harris, the future Bray Wyatt, was in that same segment. He had to try and cut a promo about doorknobs.
Doorknob. Well, I used the doorknob to get in here, huh?
And come on, Mr. Genesis himself,
it's just shit creative. Shit creative.
I bet he said something stupid too.
Like just stupidity.
You have 10 seconds to think about the topic of breath.
By the end of NXT, I'm gonna take your breath away.
What the fuck?
Never mind. He actually did a really good job tying it back. It's just too bad that, well...
It was a bit lame. Bit romantic-y.
The moment.
Well, folks, those are my picks for the most awesomely bad promos, numbers 16
So that was part 1.
Join me next week as I give you my top 8 picks of all time.
All right, yeah.
Thumbs up this video if you like.
So that was 16 to 9. Next month I'll do 9 to 1. And it'll be Rob's monthly Patreon requests and everything. As I said at the start of the video, this is a list of people who like to give me money. I like money. Turning some of yours into mine on a monthly basis would be ideal. Rob wanted me to react to this video and I did. And it's basically the genesis of why I don't like WWE. Like, those cringy promos after cringy promo, I'm just like, ugh, you know? But, yeah, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do me a solid. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment either way. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subs by the end of 2021. Can't do it without people like you who aren't subbed, who then sub. Makes sense, right? Anyway, I'm going to film some more. Not sure when you'll see all of these or if you'll see them all today or tomorrow, but you'll see them. You'll see them when you see them. I'll see you when I'm looking at you. You'll see me when you're looking at me. And, yeah, thanks so much for watching.